Hello YouTube, this is the Geeker and I am reviewing a book review actually, Lord of the Flies by William Golding. So a little backstory to why I read this book. As you see, it's torn to hell. It's got a big rip there, got back in there, it's just horrible. Basically, well, my thoughts on the book, I thought it was a decent book. It was okay. That's pretty much my thoughts on it. But, so why did I read this book, you might say? It's kind of an old book released in the 50s. Why did I read this book? Well, I read it because of school. I had to read it for school. The whole class did. Which sucks, because to me, that ruins a book for me. Like, if we have to read a book for school, that book becomes fucking suckage. I fucking hate it with all my goddamn heart. I fucking despise it with every inch of my soul. But actually, this book wasn't that bad. It would be like 15 times better if I did not have to read this for school. Just like some of the plays, some of the William Shakespeare plays that we did, like Othello. That's a good fucking story. That's an excellent story, but, you know, had to read it for school, so it lost a lot of its value for me, so I'm trying to read stuff before I have to do it in school, so it doesn't lose its value, in my, messed up head and stuff. Okay, so basically Lord of the Flies is about a group of young British boys around the age of, like, you know, 7 to 12. They get shipwrecked on an island because of an atomic war happening during World War II. Not one, two. World War II. You know, with Hitler and stuff. Basically, they're shipwrecked on an island, and a bunch of strange shit happens, and it's supposedly talking about the inner evils of man, which I think is mostly bullshit with this book. Yeah. Lord of the Flies is supposed to be like some, iteration of the devil, like Lord of the Flies is supposed to be Beelzebub or some shit. But I think, it doesn't preach as much to the inner evil of man as, more likely you have a choice. Like, there are certain characters in the book, like Piggy, and, Simon, and, Ralph, even, to some extent, who do not, ever get evil. They all, face their trials, basically, with a very keen insight. So basically, it's with this guy right here, which I'm guessing is Piggy. He's supposed to be the intelligence. He kind of came off way too whiny. He shouldn't have been that whiny, first of all. Then there's Ralph, the overall protagonist of the book, who you basically, I think it's written his point of view, or maybe it's like third person. I don't remember. Well, that would be third person, but omniscient author, I don't remember. But, basically, Ralph is supposed to be a key symbol of passion, and it's all in his heart, and what he feels, his heart, stuff like that. And then there's Simon, which is supposed to be, Jesus Christ. Somehow, didn't get that too much, but they tried to emphasize that shit. So, for Lord of the Flies, what do I rate this book? It's a classic, but did I enjoy it? Did the Geeker really enjoy it? Did the Geeker really enjoy this book? Not really. I mean, it was okay. It was a decent read. The old English like slang, like 1940s and 50s slang, kind of was weird, but it was interesting a little bit, you know. Not something you see every day, because I'm kind of well versed in like British comedy shows, and I know some of the slang and vernacular, but I haven't heard a lot of these things used, I guess, because it was in the 50s, and you know, it's like different from now when people are like motherfucker and shit like that. For cool dude, he's a motherfucker, and back then they were like he's a rad guy. And I guess that's the same semblance of what was in this book. Okay, so overall 2 out of 5 stars because it's a good book. Okay, I did not enjoy it that much. So that was the Geeker's review of Lord of the Flies. I suggest if you have any interest in reading this book and you're in like high school and you know middle school would be a pretty good age to read this book. You know, maybe 7th, 8th grade, I say. Of course, I kind of matured earlier than others with my thoughts and attitudes towards things. But yeah, this would be a good book. If you want to read this book before your school tells you to, because you'll enjoy it 10 times better that way, or 15 times better, whichever way I said it. Okay, so basically, this was my review of Lord of the Flies. I'm the Geeker, and I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.